Hey everyone, welcome to our Tuesday night Team Freedom Zoom call. So excited tonight to do a call specifically about winning Leaders Retreat. We are on our way with the Leaders Retreat contest. It started June 1, and I think today is like the 13th, so we're already 2 weeks in, so there's no time to waste. No time to waste. And it's so exciting for me for this next Leaders Retreat being in Orlando, because the very first Plexus event I ever attended was Leaders Retreat, and I won it as a brand new Gold Ambassador. So I joined in May. Convention came around in June, and I wish my sponsor would have pressured me into going. I did not even go to convention. And so the very next event was Leaders Retreat. And I was really just full out working my business. And when I started working, I was silver. In the middle, and this is one thing we're going to talk about tonight, is in the middle of working towards Leaders Retreat, guess what, guys? I ranked up. So it's super exciting. And I'm so excited about what I've got to share with you guys today and tonight. And first, we're going to hear from a few gals that actually have attended Leaders Retreat, and they're going to tell you their perspective, what rank they were, and just what their takeaways were. And so the first person that's going to speak tonight is so excited to have Chelsea talk about her experience going to Leaders Retreat for the first time.
Hi. How's everybody tonight? Smiling faces. Smile, Claire. I love when you smile. So I'm going to share that it's so possible. Well, not just possible. You can do it. I've got some slides to kind of show you guys also. I'm going to try to share it in just a minute. But I won my very first Leaders Retreat in my first month of being an ambassador. I had joined in August 2014. I didn't even know about Leaders Retreat. I didn't even know there was anything like that. Did not know there was a contest going on. But when I joined Datha in August of 2014, she mentioned it a little bit to me, but I had no even thought process about it. But I immediately, this word was thrown around a lot at convention, hustle. I immediately hustled as soon as I jumped into the business. I mean, I was messaging friends and family. I was doing events. I had signed 30 to something customers in my first month. I got really high PV. I think I signed like 8 or 9 people to my team. I hustled in that month, and I had won. I think it was the last week of September. Was it September or the beginning of September that I found out that I had won in 1 month's time that free trip to Leaders Retreat. And let me tell you, it was incredible. And I tell people this all the time. I kind of mentioned this on a sideline group the other day, because some people are talking about how important to get to Leaders Retreat, and it is. It's very important that you are at Leaders Retreat and that you work towards it and you're there. Because I was born at Leaders Retreat. You probably hear that a lot, that leaders are born at events. I was born at that very first Leaders Retreat. I believe that 110%. Because my business completely changed after I got back from Orlando, Florida. I continued to rank up and just went through the ranks from there. And so I truly believe that was a pivotal moment for me, is going to that trip. So work really, really hard and you can do it. Okay, so I'm going to show you some fun things that you can look forward to at Leaders Retreat. So you guys ready to see this? Okay, I'm going to try to share my screen. Just tell me if I did it right. Okay. Oh, Lord. Here we go. I hope I do this right.
You did it.
Okay. Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Okay. So this is what the beautiful Gaylord looks like inside. This is the hotel, and it is gorgeous. It looks like a forest, if I'm explaining that right. And it's got like waterfalls in it, and it's just, it's magical. I'm telling you, it's magical. So this is kind of what the outside looks like, and I put this in big letters because I believe in each and every one of you, because you can be there. So here is my very first Leaders Retreat. It was just me and Datha. Like she said, she had won it as a Gold Ambassador. I had won it as a Silver. We got to rub elbows. If you see in this picture up here with Suzanne Clinton, she was a Diamond, just turned Diamond, I think, at the time. We got rub elbows with her and talk to her and connect with her. Then over here, we've got Tamara and a lot of her team, which a lot of those ladies are now diamonds in the company. We got to connect with them and get ideas from them and that kind of good stuff. And then over here, you see a reception. The very first night, they have a huge party, and it is amazing. It's a party that you want to be at. And so that is our very first leaders retreat. Here's our second one. And I don't know why I cut your head off, Dave. But our Emerald Ambassador, she had won a big check, her second leaders retreat. She had worked really hard for that. You can win prizes. You can win cash prizes and all kinds of fun things. And then here's some of us girls in front of our big plexus. And then, of course, here's me and Kelda with the CEO of our company, Tarl. And then, of course, me and Claire and Kelda on the streets of D.C., I guess. I don't remember. I guess it's the harbor is what they call it. So it's just so fun. You want to be at Leaders Retreat because you make memorable memories. And that's what it's all about. And then, lastly, last year's Leaders Retreat, we had a huge group go of ladies. It was fantastic. And I don't know if you guys can see this at the very end over here. I think it's our Halloween party. They have a Halloween party the very last night. You get to dress up however you want and party all night long. So it's so much fun. You don't want to miss Leaders Retreat. I do want to say one little thing. I didn't get to find the picture that I wanted to find that I wanted to talk about. But here, let me stop sharing so you guys can see me. Okay, so last thing before I hand it back over to Dave, one thing that really resonated with me and that really sold me out to this company is the very last night of my very first Leaders Retreat. It was our Halloween party, and I had a picture, but I could not find it for the life of me, sadly. But Dave and I were standing outside, and here, long and behold, here comes our CEO, Tarl, our CEO of the company, and he came right up to us. Yes, he came right up to us. He started the conversation and wanted to know who we were and what our stories are and what is our why for Plexus. He cared so much to take time out while he was at this huge, massive party with other people that were at the top of the company. He wanted to hear our personal stories. And I knew from right then and there that this was the company I wanted to be in and why. And so that's why I tell you guys, get to Leaders Retreat, because you can have moments like that. You can have moments where you bump into people that might pour into you and bless you, because the words that Tarl said to me that day still reside in my head now, telling me that when you come back next year, you will be a senior Ruby. And guess what, guys? I was a senior Ruby when I came back the next year. So I totally believe that it is huge that you make it to Leaders Retreat, because it can make huge moments in your life of kind of an aha moment for you, because it did for me. So that's what I have.
Thank you. And girls, I don't know if you noticed that last picture that Chelsea put up there in the very bottom right-hand corner. It was our team with Sonia Dudley.
Yes.
That was Leaders Retreat. And that was a highlight, because she literally makes the best videos, and I love her. We're going to hear a few minutes from Tammy Bertrand, and she's going to tell you the thing that she took away and what she loved the most. She has attended the past 2 Leaders Retreat, and she attended the one in Washington 2 years ago, and then last year in Dallas. Go ahead, Tammy.
Yes. I remember when I first found out about Leaders Retreat was the year that Chelsea was just speaking of, when her and Dathan, ambassador, I don't even think I may have been silver by then, I'm not even sure. But I remember thinking, oh my gosh, that sounds so fun. Like, I want to go. Well, unbeknownst to me, I had to earn that the next year. And I remember thinking, this is going to be really cool, not really knowing what to expect at Leaders Retreat, because I had gone to convention that spring. And I kept hearing everybody say, it's so different than convention. It's so different. And I was just like, well, how? Because convention just blew me away. How's Leaders Retreat any different? So let me tell you, if you just went to convention, you want to get to Leaders Retreat just as bad as you went to convention, because it is completely different. It's very, very laid back. It's very much smaller and more intimate. So convention, what was there, 12,000, 13,000 people this year at convention? Retreat is usually what, 2,000 or 3,000, maybe 4,000. So much smaller, much calmer, I think is another way to put it. More relaxing. You have a little bit more downtime. It's more like a real retreat. With that being said, fabulous training, inspiration out the wazoo. And to be able to rub shoulders with the plexus stars, because you are actually getting to rub shoulders with them. You're not in a crowd of 13,000 people. You're in a crowd of a few thousand, and you get to see the CEO of the company. You get to see the big names, the people that we watch their YouTube videos and we get trained by on a regular basis. You actually get to meet them. And I remember when Sonia Dudley was in that picture, she just was walking by, and of course David had met her, and she just ran over and got in our picture. And we were all like, whoa, whoa, Sonia Dudley. Oh. So it's so much fun. I cannot emphasize how much fun it is. And then, of course, you're going to walk away with some really tangible, more, I think, more intimate training and inspiration than what you even get at convention. Believe me, convention will blow you away. Am I right, Michelle and David and all of y'all that went there? I'm sure you can shake your head off your shoulders right now, because convention is just completely amazing. Retreat is too, but in a little bit different way, just a slightly different way. So again, I was able to meet Tarl in the very first retreat that I went to in DC, which, by the way, I got to take my family with me. And that was incredible, because we had always wanted to go to DC and had never had that opportunity. They got to go stay in a 5-star resort. Gaylord, I mean, come on. When do you get to take your family with you and then get to stay free, because I'd earned the trip, in a 5-star resort, Gaylord Hotel? So that was completely amazing. But they got to sightsee, and I got to do with my plexus thing, and we also got to do some sightsee stuff together. But I remember being at that Halloween party, that very first one, and looking silly, having fun, and Tara walks by and basically invites himself to be in the picture, which blew me away, because I'm like, what? Again, like Chelsea said, for him to take the time to just come over and get in a picture and meet every one of us and get to hear, why we were there and what rank we were at, that really blew me away. So I say, if you want to get there, you by all means can get there. It's got to be a desire, right? It's got to be a desire first. You have to want to do this. And then do what Ms. Daith is going to give us some tangible tips here tonight on how to get there. So I just say, go after it. Go after it. You'll be so glad you did.
You will, absolutely. And we really want to get into the meat of some tangible tips, but I want to ask a couple more girls. Just tell me your top takeaway. Which leaders retreat you were at, Claire, and your top takeaway from it. Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, what else can I say? My top takeaway was just being mesmerized by like the celebrities. I mean, y'all, it was like if you were seeing Elvis or somebody even better than Elvis. I mean, it was crazy, and then they would stop and take a picture with you. I was just awestruck, and it's just fun, so fun. And you get to experience just things you wouldn't experience for free. I mean, what? It was so great. And I won as a silver. Accidentally. Sorry, Dexter barks only when I get unmuted. As a silver, and I really kind of accidentally won. I didn't even know what it was. I didn't know, because I started in June, and July, I think I found out I won. I was like, won what? Oh my gosh, a free trip to Harbor City, Maryland, and I got to go have a picture with Abe Lincoln. I mean, it was crazy fun, and it was amazing to be there with everybody and to just experience it. And then I won last year, and I took my daughter. That was a whole lot of fun, and she got to see. She was like, "Oh my gosh! I mean, I so know why you do this, and this is really awesome." And I wish I was as amazing as Chelsea and had shared my pictures. That was such a great idea, because I have some fun ones. Maybe I'll post them on the page.
We'll do it again. Thank you, Claire. And we're going to hear from one more person. And did you all get that Claire won as a silver? And
silver, like brand new.
So you don't think we have a leg up on you because if we're ranked, happen to be a Ruby, Senior Ruby, Emerald? No. Anybody can win. And Amy, just take like a minute, because I want to get into, we only have a few more minutes, and tell me your top takeaway.
Okay, so I went to Dallas last year as a senior gold, and I did not get to go to convention last year. That would have been my first convention, But so this was my first big corporate event. And I think what it was is seeing the leaders up there, Tarl and Alec, just getting up there with the other diamonds and just building belief. And I know we talked about that at convention, but that's really what it was at Leaders Retreat for me, was building that belief in my just groundwork and framework that this is where I needed to be and what I needed to be doing. So that was definitely what mine was.
Absolutely. Well, grab your pencil and paper, y'all, because I want y'all to take notes. Here's some tangible steps. One thing is we really need to look at Leaders Retreat as a catalyst for long-term growth. And that's what we are. I mean, we're working hard toward Leaders Retreat, but we also have to understand, as we're working hard toward Leaders Retreat, we are absolutely putting our business in momentum. And so we're going to talk about Emily Gibson. No, it wasn't Emily. It was Brooke Hemingway. She was the top points earner for our convention contest. Because I don't know if you girls know this, and guys, there's two points contests every year. One is for convention, one is for Leaders Retreat. So the top points earner, who I loved her, guys, Emily Gibson's, is the most down-to-earth, sweet, genuine. I don't know if you watch her videos. She's a nurse. Her husband's a doctor. They have like 8 children. They're very holistic. She was on stage in a floral dress, very hippie. I was so glad she won and top points earner. Y'all, she's precious. So I'm going to share some of her tips. They're her tips. You know, they're fantastic tips. And it's things she did to earn the top spot for the convention contest. One thing, number one, is always be mindful of what your customer or ambassador's goals are. They are the person, not a point. So keep their health concerns or what's best for them in mind. You know, because we're in this contest and we're all excited, but we want to make sure that we are thinking of that person first. Because if we do that, it's not only going to bless our customer, our ambassador, it's going to in turn bless us. So just be completely do not be self-serving in that, but just take into consideration what they want. Number two, it's going to be very important for you to have high PV to win this contest. But you also want to be balanced. You know, you can't just think about your PV. You actually have to think about, because as you add customers, you're going to add points, 10 points for every customer. And as you add customers, that's going to add to your PV. And as you order your own products, it's going to add to your PV. But it's super important to be balanced and also think about your team building. That's why the Consistency Club contest is put out by corporate now. It's because that helps us build a balanced business. If you're a part of the 300 Club, you're signing ambassadors and customers, 500 Club, and 750. So we're going to talk about an actual plan. If you get, and you can work this so many different ways, and I am not a numbers person. I see some people on here that are numbers people that probably can come up with different ways, but this is one way. One way is to have a plan to have 1,000 PV monthly, and that's going to get you 150 points. So already, if you do that for 3 months, you're already at 450 points, and you need 775 to win the contest. So 775 minus 450, yes, I'm doing math right now as we're sitting here. That only leaves you with 325 points that you're going to need for the rest of the contest. So who's got a calculator for me? 10 into 325 is how many? It's 30-ish. So that's only 10 ambassadors or customers per month, and you don't have to sign them all. Y'all, you don't have to sign them all. Your team can help you. So some of those ambassadors can come from your customers. I mean, not from your customers, but from your team, Y'all, convention, and I'm going to share something. We'll share some more numbers in a minute, but I want to tell y'all something. If you were at convention this past year, this last month, it was the first time that we saw how amazing corporate treats their Consistency Club members. Y'all, Consistency Club members were on stage. They were on stage and handed gifts, and their names were called out. It was a huge deal. Plexus, the gifts that you can earn as a Consistency Club member is off the charts. And we're going to post that after the call. And I'm actually personally running a team contest along with Consistency Club because I want that to be in the forefront of our mind. Our corporate developed this contest to help us build our business evenly. So I was shocked. So listen to what I'm fixing to tell y'all. At convention, Emeralds and above get certain perks. Like we get our own registration check-in at convention. We get our own lounge where we can go get drinks. They fed us. They had breakfast every morning. But guess what? Guess who they put the spotlight? The spotlight is on us. And I'll say it's an amazing perk. It makes you feel so good. I've never been spoiled in my entire life like they did at convention. Well, listen, perk your ears up, y'all. At Leaders Retreat, the Consistency Club winners are treated like that. The Consistency Club winners have their own check-in. They have their own VIP event. And they're called on stage. And they have special seating. Just like the convention, the Jewels have special seating. At Leaders Retreat, Consistency Club has special seating. Dang, I want to get in Consistency Club. And I didn't even realize this. I started thinking about it. I'm like, this is true. This is going to be awesome. So really, as we're working toward winning Leaders Retreat, that's going to be cool to put that in the forefront of your mind, that if you win and you get Consistency Club for the 3 months, basically you're doing a lot of things. If you really work all out for 3 months, you're going to win leaders and you're going to get Consistency Club and you're going to get all those prizes, all those perks, and you're going to get all that special recognition and earn the trip on top of that. And now let's talk about another way that we can win or earn Leaders Retreat. You can get 500 PV every month. So your points are 75 that you'll earn, your credits. They're called credits, not points. I'm sorry, guys. 75 credits. So that's 225. And if you get 3 preferred customers each month, then you're at another 90. And so I wanted to show you that because you're almost halfway there just with that. Just with 500 PV and 3 customers. So if you start at a little team building, that's going to be your other half. That's going to get your points. 500 PV is easy to hit, guys. I've hit it almost every single month for 3 years. That's just working your business and doing your IPA, 500. And that's going to include 3 customers. So really, let's talk about the business building. That's the other half of the big picture. Search for business builders, and you will earn that Leaders Retreat, and you will rank up. Oh, so exciting. And we have something that we never had before to help us win Leaders Retreat, and that's the Rank Up Roadmap. Boom. We've never had that before. Brooke Hemingway, using the Rank Up Roadmap, Brooke Hemingway, who's another top diamond, talked about how we can sign 5 ambassadors and we can walk them through the process on the phone. So this is something new you're going to be hearing a lot of on our team. We're going to try to make this team culture. Amy signed up a new ambassador at my house 30 minutes ago. She did it on the phone. You need to have them on the phone for 2 very important reasons. One is to tell them about their subscription. Remember, we're going from backup order to convenience order, and now it's called a subscription because that's non-threatening. So we want to make sure they sign up with a subscription, which is hard for me to say for some reason. And that's going to guarantee that they get a 60-day money-back guarantee. We've been talking about this little verbiage we can say when we're signing them up. If they say, what is that? An easy way to say is it makes sure you get your products your second month. Isn't that right? Subscription, make sure you get your products your second month. Make sure you're eligible for that 60-day money-back guarantee, because when they order products for 60 days, they get the whole thing, and it sets you up for success. We need to be very bold and tell our people that, because when they quit after 30 days, it hurts everybody. When they quit after 30 days, it not only hurts you, your team, you don't get the points, but it hurts Plexus because what are they going to say? It didn't work for me. They're going to say it every single time. It didn't work for me. When I know, I am 99.9% sure that it's going to work for everybody if you will give it longer than 30 days. So while you have them on the phone and you've walked them through their order, you walk them through their subscription, then you're going to say this. You're going to say, why have you on the phone? Can you think of one person that you're really close to that could be an accountability partner for you and walk through this journey with you? Because it makes it so much more fun. It makes it so much more doable, and it makes you have success. Can you think of one person? They're going to say, well, yeah, my sister. She's been wanting to lose some weight. Well, let's get her on the phone. Let's have a phone call. Can you call her now, or can we talk to her tomorrow? That's something that Brooke Hemingway is doing, and they're having massive success in getting that new ambassador or that new customer, especially if they're an ambassador, to think of somebody. And it makes their wheels spin. And I've never done that before, y'all. I've signed 60, 70 level ones, and I've never said that. You better believe I'm going to start saying it now. Do you know one person? Can you think of one person that would want to do this journey with you? Someone you're close to, an accountability partner, use those words, that can be on this journey with you. And, you know, it just makes it so much sweeter if you have someone. So let's try that and just see if that helps us in business building. Also, if you've got customers that love the products, I'm going to give you another tip straight from Brooke Hemingway. Message or call that customer. I would say call. They want to hear your voice and say, since you love the products and you've been on them for so long and you're having such good results, I have a referral process, a referral program. Do you know, can you refer 3 to 5 people to me that I could talk to, email? Do you have their email that I could email them about the products? And when they give you those numbers, names, and you contact them, this is the key, and they want to do this, then you call that customer back and say, look, you gave me Ann's number. I've talked to her. She's really excited about it, wants to start. I can sign her up as a customer, but if you want to, she can be your first customer. I'll pay your $34.95. How many of y'all pay those $34.95s anyway? I do it all the. If I sign somebody up, I pay it. I'll pay your $34.95, and you've got your first customer. What do you think about that? She's going to say, heck yeah. Pay my $35 and sign me up. Sign my person up. So that's a really good way to get referral from someone. And make sure if you've gave great customer service, your customer will not mind giving you a referral at all. Because you better believe it, if you sent them cards, sent them a sample of P96, sent them a body cream, dropped them a card in the mail, if you've given good customer service, which I think we all do, then I don't think that customer is going to mind giving you a referral at all. So I would love for them to be your customer. I would like to pay your upgrade fee. That's just some verbiage right there. I've got these numbered. I don't know why. Here's another tip. Convert happy customers to ambassadors. You get 10 credits. Boom. I think that's what Amy did tonight. She just converted a happy customer into an ambassador. That's an easy way to get 10 credits. Number 4, confidence and boldness leads to closing the sale. I think so many times we're timid and we're like, I don't want to bother you. We need to be, hey, what I have is absolutely amazing. It's changed my life. And that's what we need to do, is be confident and bold. Y'all, don't stop working. If you have a slow month this month, don't throw in the towel. Keep working until August 30th or 31st. Is August 30 or 31st? Claire. She's a teacher. She should know. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. August is 31, right? We have 31 days. Keep working. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you a little story. One of my very dear friends that's a Plexus Jewel found out that she was one order away from winning winner's dinner, but she threw in the towel. She threw in the towel toward the end of the points contest for convention and stopped working her business, and realized after the fact, when everything was tallied up, her little numbers for the winner's dinner was one order. She could have made a personal order for $50 and got winner's dinner. So I told you that because you'll keep working. I met a lady last night on a Zoom, because most of my notes are from a Zoom call I was on, and she said last year that she signed 18 customers the last week to win Leaders Retreat last week. The last week of the contest, she signed 18 customers. So work now. Don't wait to the end. Work now, but even if June turns out to not be spectacular, keep working full out July and August. When we've got to remember that this is going to grow our personal business, we need to think long-term. We need to think long-term, not short-term. And this contest has nothing to do with rank, but it's who's consistent in their personal business. You're going to see lots of silvers there, lots of golds there, lots of everywhere. And you're going to see some jeweled ambassadors that are not there because they have not worked their business. Because if you want to make those leaders retreats, you still have to continue to work. Always remember not to be pushy or salesy, but personal. Share your personal journey. Look beyond just earning the trip. Have faith and hope. What a gift for us. What a gift this Leaders Retreat is. Even if we don't win it, it's a gift because it's pushing us to work our personal business. Every one of y'all can do it. Every single one of y'all have the same opportunity. Be creative. Be creative. I've had to be creative. I did something this month that I've never done. I've never, ever offered to buy products for someone at my price. And I got super creative because I'm thinking, if I do this, it's going to make my PV really high. And then what I'm going to do, I would not even have offered to buy these 6 people products at my price ever, ever, ever if I hadn't intended. They're going to be on my list, and I'm going to talk to them every couple of days. I'm going to follow up like a mad woman. They're going to get a card from me. They're going to get a phone call. They're going to get a water tracker. I'm going to follow them so close that by the end of those 4 weeks, they're going to join me, so I'll leave them alone. So that's my intention. It's not to, I would never suggest buying products at your personal, but I'm being creative, guys. Guess what? I just got 500 PV by doing that. So now I'm at 750 and my goal is 1,000 before the end of the month. Make sure you track your own personal points because the points tracker will not be up until July 1st. And I'm hoping it's because they're going to launch the new website and the points tracker at the same time. That's what I'm hoping. Heard a little rumor, so praying that's true. So exciting things for y'all. Y'all are the first to know as soon as this call is over. Miss Amy Hott has got a wonderful points tracker that she's going to put on Team Freedom. It's one of the best ones I've seen. So she's going to put it on there, print it out, hang it on your refrigerator, put it on a chalkboard, track your points. You better believe I'm tracking my points because you want to make sure Plexus can make mistakes. Everybody can make mistakes, and you want to make sure everything is tracked. So we're going to open it up and see if anybody has any questions. We went over 5 minutes, but I think we're doing pretty good. Does anybody have a question about Leaders Retreat or anything they want to say or add? I know Rebecca has been to Leaders Retreat. She went last year and took a friend. Kim has been to the 2 Leaders Retreats. Lauren danced the night away at Leaders Retreat last year. Anybody else?
Karen Huffman went.
Karen,
last year.
Karen went last year. Isn't it amazing? Y'all, I
want to say something.
Okay, go ahead.
That just hit me like a ton of bricks because I have gotten to meet so many people from these Zoom calls and people like, I feel like that we're all related. You know, they cry with me and laugh with me. See, I'll cry right now. And to get to see them, you know, when I went to Leaders Retreat the first time, it's like some kind of family reunion. I mean, really, like you get so excited that you get to lay eyes on these people who have become so close and near and dear to you. So that I think is, gosh, it's got to be one of the greatest. I hadn't cried on a Zoom call in
Mhm.
a long time, so it was
It was
time.
time. And you know, I'll second that because I had never met Michelle and Lynn. And Leaders Retreat is super laid back. The places they pick to have it, there's tons of seating and couches. And I'll never forget getting to sit on a couch in front of a stone fireplace, me and Tammy, and talking to Michelle and Lynn for like hours and getting a drink and just sitting there. It's real laid back. They have lots of extra downtime. We went and had dinner. We do dinner together, and it's a laid back fun. Oh, it's so nice. It's just not the hustle. Convention is insanely amazing, but after convention, I have blisters. After Leaders Retreat, you're actually refreshed. And they, not to even think, they surprised us with Jewel one year. Remember that?
Yes.
Jewel
yes.
came out and just started playing the guitar, and we're like,
Gosh, yes. I had a nervous breakdown. That's why I wasn't in that one picture that Kelsey had. Y'all all took the party pic, and I was outside crying because she sang a song about daddy or something. It was right after her dad died.
yeah. So they do special things for you, and it's just, you want to win it. And I am praying. I want at least 20, 25 people there. You can take your family, and lots of
I was
people.
gonna say something real quick.
Yes.
Yes, this is the retreat is obviously earned, but the cool thing is you get to take a guest. And so the first year I took my family, and I think Todd was able to go into some of the meetings with me. And then last year my family couldn't go, and I opened it up and did a little contest, and Karen Huffman won, and I was able to take her. So not only is it cool for you, but you get to take somebody. You could take a brand new ambassador that could go to retreat with you as your guest, and they get there and a light bulb go off, and they'll be your rock star that you've been praying for. You know, Heather, I'm sitting here looking at you and your mom, and I could so see one of y'all winning this and taking the other one as your guest, or better part, both of y'all win it and take two people. I mean, how cool would that be? You guys can do that. This is so obtainable. And the last thing I was going to say here, what a great marketing tool. I know when we all started winning, retreat last year, we were able to blast that on our Facebook page. And you guys, that's free marketing, free advertisement for what this business is doing for you and for your life. You better believe I used that big time when my family went to DC with me, that I was able to take my family on a trip like this that we had wanted to go on for years. So that's marketing attraction to your prospects also. So that's another cool perk.
Awesome. Does anybody else want to have anything to say or any questions? Okay, well, make a plan. Make a plan. It will not happen unless you plan for success. I expect to see every single one of y'all at Leaders Retreat in Orlando this year. I'm super pumped about it. We'll all go to dinner together. There'll be lots of downtime, and we'll just have a blast. So y'all have a good night, and see you next Tuesday.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.